All right. Well, let's start. So I was still formulating some of this morning in the shower, and I finished it up. Good morning, Patty. Right before I sat down. And so anyway, I'm so excited to talk about this. Um, and it's not going to be something where this isn't something that you've never heard before, but I think I just have a little bit of a perspective that I wanted to share because I walked through it. So, you guys have all heard Tina and I share our story of how we got here, blew up quick, and then we just stalled out for like 9, 10 months, right? If you haven't heard that story, that's what happened. We came in, blew it up quickly, and then we just leveled out. I could not move past Ruby to save my life. She couldn't move past Emerald to save her life. We were hanging on by our fingernails to those ranks. Anybody else end a month like that where you're clawing at the rank like, God, I'm so close. Like I can't go to bed till I get this completed, right? That was us every month. And a couple of things were going on with me personally. I mean, her and I were both going, I would tell you guys, like, we went through some first couple of years, it was just straight fire. It was trial by inferno, not even fire. It was like, it was crazy. Someday we'll share all of it. But one of the things that was really hard for me, not only was my business stuck, but my husband and I had gotten sucked into a Ponzi scheme. Just before that with a guy who has been in the industry, our industry, for a very long time. He was my friend. I had coached with him. I had learned so much from him, and he had shared this opportunity with us that he was getting some of his other like high level players in. And my husband and I decided to take everything we had that was liquid and invest in this thing, right? And it was going great for a few months, and it was actually like such a blessing. It was a blessing because I had transitioned from my previous company here, right? So I had to start building to offset what we needed to live on. We can't live on my husband's checks alone. And so I didn't take a bridge when we came over here. And if you don't know what a bridge is, it's just people hire when you hit certain levels in a company and you go to a different company, you need that income to stay the same when you're completely self-employed. So sometimes you'll sign paperwork with the new company with whatever they come up with for a contract saying they will help you with your bills, essentially. They'll give you a paycheck till you hit a rank. Does that make sense? Because I didn't even know what that was for forever. So anyway, so it was great for a while till it wasn't. Um, and we lost about $10,000 of income monthly overnight. Now, none of my bills cared about that. My business also was absolutely not bringing that in. I'm hanging on by my fingernails to Ruby, which is what, 2 grand a month, right? If you have the Jeep. So it was rough because the fact was, in order for me to get where I needed to be for us to kind of get out of this hole, which took us over a year, longer, really. Um, it was up to me to work this business to get where I wanted to be, right? In order for me to get the result that I wanted, and I've never felt pressure like that in my life. It was so stressful, you guys. We're borrowing from my parents. I'm maxing out credit cards. Like, we're just trying to keep afloat, right? Now, the whole point of me telling you this story is not that. This is not a Ponzi scheme conversation. The whole point of me telling you this was that here was what shifted everything for me is that Tina and I both, but really I was going through this whole other extra thing on the side that wasn't even just about my business. I had to get so grateful for where I was, even though I hated everything about where I was. I hated everything. The constant strain and the pressure. When I felt like I had just gotten out of that, right? I had just gotten out. I was able to retire from my job. I wasn't stressed with that mess. I got to be home with my kids, except now this is happening to us. And it was awful. And I had to figure out how to become grateful for the things that I was despising. Because if I didn't, I wasn't going to get to that next level. That was probably one of the hardest lessons I've ever had to learn in this business. You'll never move to that next level until you're wildly grateful for the level you're currently on. And I was drowning on the level I currently was on. Do you know how hard it was for me to not decide to go do TikTok shop or sign up with, an affiliate something here or there to bring in extra cash? Do you know how hard that was? Because I had to look long term. Like maybe that would help me out right now, but what was that telling my team? That was going to create massive fallout down the line if I did that. I had to get so grateful for where I was before I was going to be able to move into that next level. I couldn't be looking for something else. You cannot resent the season you're in and expect God to bless you with the next one. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not always looking forward to that next level, right? We get excited about moving to that next level. But if all you're doing is looking there and not grateful for where you are, you're not going to get to that next level. And that was really hard for me because my current level was killing me. We weren't making it. And I've never not been in phase one activity. Never. I've always been in phase one activity. But a lot of you guys understand, like, this takes time to build, right? It takes time. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You're not going to be where you want to be in a year or two or even 3. You're building that base. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to have spikes and things. You're not going to have growth. But sometimes people, and I did this too, where it was like I would get so frustrated at my lack of quick growth that I just despised where I was, which meant I never got to grow. Growth doesn't happen because you're frustrated with your current results. Growth happens when you master it, when you master where you are. Some people are so focused on what they don't have yet that they're missing the miracles in what they do. Are you grateful for that one customer order a month? Are you grateful for that one person who joined your team, even if they don't even put an order in every month? Are you grateful for that? Are you grateful for your leadership who brought you into this business? Because let me tell you something. Even if they're bad at this, maybe you have a terrible upline. I would tell you I've had nothing but terrible uplines with the exception of Tina. But I picked her. I was like, no, I'm joining you. Okay? But I had to be grateful for the lessons I had learned. I'm grateful for the people in this industry or that I have to work with that I don't care for, that I don't like how they do things. I have to be grateful for where they're terrible because it's teaching me how I hope I never am. It's teaching me who to never become. I can be grateful even in that. I can be grateful when they treat me poorly because I'm taking away what I will never be. You can literally find something to be grateful for regardless of the situation. But is that usually our go-to? No. It takes work to shift. It's so much easier to just be unhappy with where we're not. It's just easier. It's easier to be negative. It's easier to fall. It's easier to find other people who are also kind of at our same level that are going to commiserate with us, right? I bet you could think of 5 other people right now that you could message that would probably tell you something that's wrong. And you're probably slightly less likely to reach out to somebody who's going to push you because that's uncomfortable, right? And there's nothing wrong with you. That's human nature. The frustrated associate is going to say, why isn't my team growing? But coming from a place of gratefulness will say, I am so thankful that I even get to have a team to pour into. I'm so grateful I have one person. I remember every night with my son, I would pray, and I pray with him before bed every night. And every night we added in, we're so grateful for this team and every single person on it. We would pray for abundance into their team. My volume is not growing at all. I'm drowning. And I still had to get into a position of being grateful every single day, speaking it out loud. My kid doesn't care what's happening with my team. It was a good lesson in gratitude. And now it's something that's just part of our every night. We always pray for the team. We pray for, sometimes it's individual people that we know are going through something, and sometimes it's just for everybody's businesses to have growth and for the right connections to happen. But every night we pray. And I started getting in that habit when my business was at its worst. Speaking out of frustration, we'll say stuff like, I'm not where she is. We both started at the same time. Look at her. I'm still here. Being grateful says, look how far I've come since I started. Look what I've learned. I guarantee everybody on here is doing something right now that you were not doing before you got into this business, right? Did you learn something new? A new habit? Are you into personal development? I never cared about I didn't even know what that was before I got into this industry. I don't know what I thought my life was going to turn into. Like with no development, ew. But most people are like that, right? Society is like that. They're not investing in becoming better humans. Not everybody, but you know what I mean, right? That's a win. Are you sending messages out, reaching out to new people? Did you get out of your comfort zone to make posts on Facebook when you've never done that before? Did you get to go live for the very first time, even though you were petrified? That's all winning. Are you grateful for what you've learned? When you're grateful, you're not operating from scarcity. Scarcity says, I'm not enough. I don't have enough. Gratitude says, I have everything I need right now to keep growing. It's okay to want more. But when you're constantly coming from a place of what I have is not enough, you are never going to get more. And that was what I had to understand. I had to fight to not stay stuck in my current situation and to just be frustrated and mad and angry and scared because I didn't know we were going to lose our house. Everything fell apart. What I had control of was this. I had control over the actions that I was making every day for my business. That's what I had control over. That's what you have control over too. The tide started to turn when I really came out of my lack and just chose daily, every thought, only gratefulness, only gratefulness, only gratefulness. I could be real pissed that I can't afford to go get groceries until next Friday. Or I could be like, thank God I have a freezer full of meat. I could be really mad that I don't have enough gas in my car to drive wherever I wanted to or go get my facial or whatever it was. Instead, I could just be grateful I have a car that works. You can find something to be grateful for in everything. God can't bless discontent, but he will multiply stewardship. And part of stewarding what you have is being grateful for it. Why would he give you more when you're ungrateful for what you have? And that was what I had to learn. It was a very hard, very long lesson. This didn't end in a month or two. Actually, if I sat down and thought about it, I mean, it was probably almost 2 years before we were climbing out. It was brutal. Luke 16:10 says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Everybody on here has already been trusted with something. Even if all it is your own personal business, you've been entrusted with that. There are people in your circle that I can't reach, that Aaron can't reach, that Lisa Ann can't reach. Only you can reach them. But you won't be able to impact them if you're not grateful for what you have right now. If you're not being faithful with the 5 conversations you have now, why would God give you 50? We expect this level of things without actually taking the steps to get there. I wasn't going to be the person that could handle 50 conversations until I was grateful and learned how to do those 5 well. Now, I will tell you this, because sometimes people are like, well, you know, who's ever heard this term? Toxic positivity, right? Anybody known anybody with toxic positivity? Ugh. Like, can you just be a real human, for God's sakes? That doesn't mean that being negative is okay. That's not what I'm saying. Frustration's not bad, by the way. Frustration is phenomenal. But it's what you do with it that is the difference. Frustration's not fuel. Gratitude is fuel. Frustration without gratitude becomes bitterness. Who's moving forward in bitterness? Who's winning when they're coming out of a place of bitterness? We probably all know people who are just bitter. They're bitter. And then as they age, their face shows it, their life shows it, right? Frustration with gratitude becomes drive. If you can take that frustration of where you currently are and then get wildly grateful about where you're at, that's what's going to drive you to that next level. Parrot. Well, that's not true. I went from diamond to diamond elite in the last couple of years, but really, I haven't done a big rank leap. I've been at the same rank since 2023. I'm not mad about that. Do I want to grow? Absolutely. But that ain't happening if I'm not so crazy grateful. In fact, I spend every day on the 10th, when we get our paychecks, I just spend the day in gratitude. Every bill I pay. Everything I had on my list to pay with on the 10th. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Thank you, God, that I could pay for my car. And I have all this money left over. Thank you, God, that my kids aren't starving. So frustration with gratitude becomes drive, but frustration without gratitude becomes bitterness. That's what you just can't fall into because you'll never grow there. Instead, one of the things that I did start to do too, and again, this probably won't be brand new news for you guys, is I started reframing the things I was frustrated with. So instead of saying, well, that post flopped, and getting all embarrassed that you put yourself out there and 0 people liked it, and you're like, oh, great, well, now I look like I don't know what I'm doing and nobody cares about my thing, which is exactly what everybody told me, right? I'm just going to hide that post. I don't need anyone to see how bad that flopped, right? Instead of saying that, say, this post taught me what doesn't connect. And I'm getting better. Now I know. That one didn't work. I'm going to try something different next time. Or I'm going to try it at a different time of day. Stop caring so much about the things you don't like. And just use them as learning opportunities. Nobody shows up here good at this, by the way. Nobody shows up to this industry phenomenal at it. Even I have a team full of influencers, and I will tell you right now, they don't have a leg up on anybody else. They have to learn this just like everybody else does. Just because you're good at going live doesn't mean you're good at network marketing. Just because you were good at sales somewhere else doesn't mean you're good at network marketing. That's a piece of it. Everybody starts off at the same place. You are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And sometimes we don't like that. That's where that frustration comes in. You have to pair it with gratitude. Stop saying, something has to change. I can't do this anymore. And start being like, man, am I grateful for the conversations I'm having and the ways that I'm learning. Instead of saying, my team is so quiet. They all fell off. No one's doing anything. Anybody said that before? Me? Back in the day? Instead of saying that, say, I have the opportunity to set the tone. I have the opportunity to create a team culture that grows. I'm going to love the people I have and keep looking for new ones that want to build with me. Reframe everything. If one negative thing comes out of your mouth about your business or your skill set or your team, reframe it. It's going to shift you. You might not think that you're coming across a certain way because your words sound great, even maybe your tone of voice sounds great, but I will tell you right now, if you are unhappy and you are not grateful for where you are, that's going to come across and it's going to repel people. You can't fool the vibe because it goes out. Gratitude also really keeps your perspective pure. People will forget this, that the season you complained about now, people forget. Let me rephrase that. People forget that the season they're complaining about right now will be the season they miss because it shaped them. You can use this season of feeling the growing pains of not being where you want to be as a shaping opportunity. I can't expect to lead anybody else if I don't walk through the fire first to be like, hey, come this way. I'm grateful for every negative experience I have in this business because it helps me lead others through their own negative experiences. But if all I get is everything wonderful happening to me, I have no depth. There's no weight to me as a leader. I can't carry heavy things. You want to be a person that can carry heavy things, which means you got to have some resilience and you have got to be grateful. Don't let the season that you're in right now be the thing that takes you out. Let it be the thing that shapes you instead. Zechariah 4:10. This is similar. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. I know I've mentioned this before, but like my friend Amber, I just adore her story. She was in network marketing for 8 years at about the opal level. And now she's top of the compensation plan. Would you stick with this for 8 years if you knew that at some point you would end up at the top of the comp plan? Or are you already a year in or 2 years in and you're mad because it's not what you wanted yet? You're not where you want to be yet. I know that it's hard. When you feel like you're not seeing the fruits of the labors you're putting in, I know that. But what I'll tell you is if you stay in a state of wild gratitude, even joy over where you are, things will begin to shift. You can't reach that next level till you're wildly grateful for where you, even if it's absolutely not what you want. So I have a couple of action steps for you today. And then I kind of want to open it up because I'd love to hear a couple of things that people are grateful for today. I think it would be good to sort of end on a high note with gratitude. So here's my challenge for you this week. I want you to write down 5 things you're grateful for in your business right now. 5. Even if you're like, my God, I can't even hit J, girl. You can find 5 things. Share one in your team chat or post it on your story today. Do you know how many people are just looking for your small steps as an encouragement to them? They need to see it's possible. Being grateful for your beginnings gives hope to other people. And then I want you to write a statement. Now, this isn't new. We've done this before, but I want you to write a new one because this is one of our biggest months of the year. A statement of gratitude about the next level as if it's already done. I am so thankful for the people that are joining my business in the next month. I'm so thankful for the growth that's coming. Write something about what's coming that's not here yet. You have to pair being grateful for where you are while still moving towards that next level. But they have to go together. Can't do one or the other. You got to go together with those. Gratitude isn't what just opens the door, it's what keeps it open. You got to praise God in the hallway before he opens that next door to that next room. Even if you're so sick and tired of the hallway. It makes me think of anybody, all my TikTok people, you know they have trending sounds. I don't even know what show this is from, but it's like a little kid that says, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And the grandpa's like, that's too damn bad. That's what I think about with arguing with myself. Like, I'm tired of being right here. Well, too bad, girl. You better be grateful. You want to move to that next level? You better be grateful. You don't get promoted when you're ready. You get promoted when you're grateful. That's just the truth. And I will tell you guys, like, there's so much we have going on right now to be grateful for. We don't need sales and promos to grow our businesses. They're fun little boosts for sure. but staying in a wild gratitude constantly about everything. And I would challenge you anytime the next time you get frustrated about something, figure out how to be grateful for it instead. Figure out how to flip the script. Pretty soon, that's that's just where your brain's going to go. Not only are you going to feel better, it's going to come across in all of your conversations, everything you're posting, how you communicate with people. So you got to feel it. Can't just say it, you got to feel it. We start off by just saying it, right? Takes a little time till you own it. But once you do, things shift. They just do. And like I said, I only know that because of where I was walking, what I was walking through. And being stuck for almost a year at one rank and just barely hanging on to it. So that's what I got for you this morning. I wanted to share that story and just encourage you guys. Like sometimes it's easy to be grateful when, well, it is. It's easy to be grateful when things are great. So easy when things are wonderful, right? It's when it's real hard. That's when the depth of your character gets built. Okay. Let's share some things we're grateful for, we're excited about. That's what I want to hear. Renee.
Hey there. I'm actually at a doctor's appointment, but
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to say real quickly that I am very grateful for this community and for what you do to pour into us. Um, I had a kind of a spiral moment last night where I was helping one of my associates that like was coming back and like she put a post up and everything and she ended up blocking me yesterday because she got like overwhelmed and I'm like, and at a point like I like slowly spiraled a little bit. I'm like, what am
Yeah.
I doing? Like, and I just have to say I'm just so grateful for what I've been able to do here.
Well, I love you, friend. And I'm so sorry that happened. One of the things that's hardest about working in this business is actually learning how to work with people.
Like I just don't know what else I could do. Like,
It's okay. It's not you. It's not you. Don't own it. Don't own somebody else's choices.
right,
You have a beautiful heart that just wants to help.
right.
And just know that. Just hold on to that. People do weird
Yeah,
things and it doesn't have anything to do with you.
yeah,
And
thank you.
and she might come back around.
Yeah. And
And
like she left the groups and everything. And I'm like,
well,
and it was such a great post. Like she did so good. I sent her a script to like send to everybody that liked it and loved it and all the things. And like she just ended up blocking me and leaving.
I'm
And
sorry.
then like I just don't get it.
That hurts.
You know?
Yeah, I know. Well, I love you. You are an incredible leader. You
I love
really
you too.
are. I love
Thank
how
you.
you pour into your people. It's really beautiful. And that says everything about her and nothing about you.
Thank you. I
Don't
appreciate it.
don't own any of that today. Okay? Feel the feelings and it does hurt, but just realize it's about her. It's not about you.
Yeah.
Okay? I love you.
Thanks.
People are weird. Cripes. I tell you what, get in this business. This is the thing. You don't get to vet people who join, right? We've all had some stories of odd things, but I hate it when people get hurt. I hate that. Tiffany, what you got, girl?
Good morning, everyone. So I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I just kind of wanted to share with you all, if you're new here or have been here for a while, um, just share with you guys the power that we have here with this opportunity. Um, If a lot of you don't know, I'm 43. I have a daughter that she just turned 26. She's not biological, but I've raised her since she was 2.5. And on July 18th, we lost her dad to pancreatic cancer. And when we were going through some stuff um, to get things ready and looking at pictures, I kind of looked back and I looked at some stuff and I said to her, I said, Sam, I said, I'm really sorry because, sorry, um, when she was growing up, I missed so much of her life because I was working and I was pouring into everything and I wasn't there. She played softball. She was damn good. She got she had scouts come in middle school to recruit her for varsity for freshman year. And I missed all that. I wasn't there. And now I have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. And my daughter said something this morning, and we had a little talk because she didn't want to wear this sweatshirt to school because she was afraid what other people would say. And I was like, "Excuse me? Uh-uh. You're wearing that sweatshirt because it's what you love, what you like. And if they don't like it, that's fine because they're not wearing it. And you can just let them know." And um, when my oldest daughter and I went to get a pedicure before her dad's celebration of life, we were chatting and my oldest daughter turned to me and she said, "Did you ever think your life would turn out this way?" And I said, "What do you mean, honey?" And she said, "Traveling and your business and doing all of this stuff." And I said, "No, I didn't think so." I said, "But it has." And she said to me, she said, "I'm really proud of you." And I said, "Well, thank you." And she said, "What I like the most," and this is my oldest, she said, "What I like the most is," she said, you know, and this hit me hard. And she said, "The best thing is so far is my kids have never went to daycare. When my daughter was working, my grandson has never been in daycare." And that was one of my goals that I said way back was I never wanted my grandchildren to be in daycare. And they never have. When my daughter was working before she had my second grandchild, my grandson has never seen the inside of a daycare. He was with me. So there is power in this. And the other thing is now my daughter next summer is going back into softball. And she told me that. And she said, "You know what? You don't ever have to worry," because she said, "Now you can come to all my games." So this opportunity is huge, huge. We need to start getting out there and telling people the power of what we have. We're not expecting people to quit their jobs right away because we don't want to overwhelm them, right? Because I had a full-time job when I started. And this fell into my lap to where I could see how lucrative it could be. And then I transitioned. And I know there's a lot of people on here that are building this business so they can transition. But this is here to give moms hope, moms that are working 1 and 2 jobs, so that we can show them that they can do their second job from their phone, being home with their kids, how they can cook dinner and send messages, how they can put it in the nooks and crannies of their day and still be present with their kids. I do school functions with my kids and I can still answer my phone. So this is very, very important, guys, that if you are a mom, I see Stephanie right now. I see her rocking a beautiful baby and she's present in a meeting. This is all stuff that if you have the ability to put that out there, to show people, to tell people, because this is stuff that hits home with people that if they can be present in their kids' lives, I'm telling you, this is something that every mom dreams about because it is something that is so good. Every grandmother dreams about finding a way that they can keep their grandbabies out of a daycare facility. And I'm so happy with that. And I'm able to help my oldest daughter. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but and I paid for My daughter's wedding. She got to have the wedding that she wanted. It was a small wedding. It cost $22,000, but we paid for it in cash. Sorry, and I hope you don't think that's a brag or anything, because it's not. But I'm just saying she got to have what she wanted. When she first started, she picked out this wedding dress. Oh my God, it was hideous. And we were just talking. I'm like, I want to buy your wedding dress. And then it just turned into we paid for everything for her so she could have what she wanted. That is the magic and the power of this business. Okay. So there's so many opportunities out here, and we just need to show everybody what we have. So don't gatekeep this. There's nothing wrong with showing it, and there's nothing wrong with showing people how lucrative it can be. It is okay to show people they can make money. We know we have amazing products, but show people they can make money. Show people that $37,000 bonus video. I just talked to a girl yesterday that was interested in the travel, and she was kind of interested in the products. I looked at her Facebook, I looked at who she was. She has a business that she already makes $400,000 a year. I was just like, hey, girl, what do you think about doing a business? We have a bonus right now for $37,000 going on. I think you could crush it. Would you be interested in checking out the video? She's joining today. I mean, everybody likes money. And the thing is, you know what she told me? She's burnt out in her other business. Sorry, I've been talking too long. I'm done. Okay, I love you
Okay.
guys.
Oh,
That's
it
it.
was good. It was good. She's right. We have so much to be grateful for and so much to share with what we have here. Lynn, go ahead. Oh, you're muted. There you
Okay.
go.
All right. Yeah, Tiffany, I do totally agree with you in that. But I have to say, this morning I was late because I have my grandpups with me right now, and that while before my daughter comes and takes her dog home. But I couldn't get him into the vet. He needed to be seen. They would not take him. He needed his nails clipped and that. And I contacted our puppy's old groomer because we had lost him last year in December. And I contacted her, and she says, "Oh yeah, I can get you in at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning." And I'm thinking, wow, that's fantastic. So we took him there, and come to find out, she's no longer doing grooming. She fit us in out of the out of the kindness of her heart. Would not take any money. The grandpup's having problems walking because his nails are so long and I can't do them. But oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
I love
get
it.
I get emotional, but kindness of her heart. And I said to her, I says, you gotta have somebody just for taking the time, and that she had a baby in August, and so she can just continue doing grooming. And so yeah, the kindness in her heart. She says, yeah, I can take him in. I can do him at 9 tomorrow morning. And I says, well, I'll miss Sarah, but I will have to get thing. But it didn't take us very long to do them, and I was back, and so I could finish up and appreciate everything, like Tiffany said, and like Renee said, that our leaders pour into us. Because without them, we wouldn't be where we are. And that. So yeah, I just had to share that this morning. I was just so
Love
grateful.
that. That's really sweet. I love that so much. Thank you for sharing. What a great thing to be grateful for.
Oh my God, yes.
I love that. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? Be grateful for the small things, right? Probably didn't change Lynn's life that she got the dog's nails clipped, but that was a big deal. And I love that she was so kind to you. I love that. Okay, Christine.
Hello, can you guys hear me, or do I need to take my earbuds? I think
Oh,
I'll take my earbuds out.
There, hold on.
Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I've been since TLA, I have changed. I've been in this industry almost 3 years now, and I am grateful for the growth that I've been having within myself personally, throughout these almost 3 years. And now I feel like since TLA, that growth within myself is now starting to pour into my business. I actually made, I know it sounds, I don't know, I made my first customer all by myself the other day with no help. I did the phone call all by myself. I even did put the order through for them. And so I think, I don't know, I'm just super grateful for this opportunity and the community that we have. Not just, that we're here with you guys every morning, but you know what? We have, these amazing leaders that no matter what, like Jen Laurie is just always there for me. And I know all of you guys, if I needed to reach out to either one of you, anybody, you know what, you guys would be there for us. And I'm just so grateful for everybody. So thank you so much.
Well, congratulations, because that is a big deal, right? Everybody give her a round of applause. You know how hard it is to send that first message to, then you get a customer from it. You're like, my God, this works. Way to go, girl.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
it was just random. Somebody in my kids' taekwondo was limping, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I have MS," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you know what? I got a testimony for you," and I shared it with him, and then he, he's starting on some products here. So
I love it. That's so good. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Christine Fisher.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
There you
Okay,
go.
so this is a huge day, you guys. So I didn't know about this until just recently, but my mom has been having problems with one of her toes not healing properly, and she's diabetic and everything. And oh, I want to say 6, 9 months ago, we convinced her, my sister Patty and I, to try our Glow Collagen. And she has been taking that, and man, she's 92. So she is moving like she hasn't moved in many, many years. But this toe has really been a bothersome thing. And she's having it amputated today.
Mm.
And so, but I am thankful because I get to go. I can't be at the surgery. My brother Greg has stepped up and is taking her. So I'm thankful for him for doing that. And I am thankful that I get to go and spend the evening with her tonight and take care of her. And she will be staying with my brother Greg and his wife. And I will be heading to Bismarck to take care of my sister that is unfortunately dying. But I am thankful that I get to take the weekend, this 4.5 days, and drive out to Bismarck from Minneapolis. And just she made it another week, and I get to go spend another weekend with her. And I'm so grateful that every time I get to go, I get a little bit more time with her
Mhm.
because we know what's going to happen before the end of the year. Unfortunately, it's a very rare disease that there's just nothing that can be done. But I'm just thankful for every minute I get with her. Um, and every minute that my mom is still here as well, because being in her 90s, you know, you know what can happen, especially with diabetes and all that. But she's a supplement queen. She's been doing it for 30 years, and she takes her stuff faithfully. And they're both doing so great, and I'm just thankful to be able to spend time with both of them this weekend.
Oh, I love that. I'm so glad you get to as well. That's such a beautiful thing to be grateful for. Being able to have a working car to get to be with your sister and have a 4-day weekend and just so many things that she's still here and you get another weekend with her and that your mom is being taken care of and you don't have to stress about that. So many things to be grateful for. I'll be praying for you for this weekend for sure and for your mom's surgery. Hopefully that goes well. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Patty, you're up.
Hey, sorry I look like crap, but it's that barn hair
Morning.
thing. So there's a few things that I want to say that I'm very grateful for. One, couple months back, I had lost 2 major teammates, and it was like a shock. It was it was just utter shock. And I'd reached out to Sarah, and she kind of talked me through it and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm actually very grateful that they left, because they were super negative, and it helped me delete that negativity in my life. And I've had quite a few new people join since that. So I think that that kind of changed my mindset too. But one thing that I want to talk about with the business that I'm grateful for is when I joined, my husband had just bought me a brand new pickup truck. Hence the reason why I'm not driving a Jeep. Because I have to have a truck for the farm. But anyway, I'm grateful for the business because I've been able to pay my truck off early, which is huge. That's, for me, that was big. We took out a 3-year loan, and it's been paid off for almost 2 months now. So I've been taking all that spare money and putting it towards the principal on the loan. So yeah, so that's all I have. And I just want to say thank you, Sarah, for pouring into us. I love you more than you'll ever know. And I appreciate the fact that I can reach out to you and cry on your shoulder or laugh with you or get advice or whatever. I truly appreciate your leadership.
I love you. And I am so proud of you. Guys, I just have to really shout her out for a quick second. She literally did. She is rebuilding her organization from the ground up.
Yes.
She absolutely is. She is starting from scratch. And Patty has a lot of depth to her and resilience. And what I've just seen you grow so much in the last year. It's been rough. And I'm so proud of you. She's recruiting like a boss. She's having the conversations. She's on the phone. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I started 20 new conversations yesterday and did probably 25, reach outs and yesterday. So my goal is to do the same amount today.
I love it.
Yeah. So thank you for everything. You don't know how much it means to me. I truly appreciate it.
I love you, friend.
I love you too.
Thanks for sharing today. Oh, good. All right, Stephanie. Stephanie with the baby.
I can't get the mute to come off.
There you go.
I just set the camera up because she was squirming. She's having a bit of a difficult time. I am grateful. I have to say, this is the best place I've ever been. This is home. I'm grateful I found home. I'm grateful for, I love the people I've met here are so amazing. Like I met Tiffany in Vegas this last trip. I was so grateful I could give her a hug. I mean, I probably scared the heck out of her squealing, but it was just amazing. Just how we all pour into each other. I don't know if any of you else have felt this way, but I've been in network marketing since I was 18. I used to get my mom to sign up so I could sell under her. And I've been through so many different companies. People would walk into my business and headhunt me, and they'd be like, oh, you'd be great at this. And I think, oh, well, I've already done it. No, come and do the same routine all the time, right? And then you sign up and they disappear. And it's like, or you ask for help and they're like, well, just figure it out. Well, how can I figure that out? I don't even know what I'm doing. I bought so much Mary Kay and I couldn't even give it away, sort of thing. It was just ridiculous. And so when I was offered this one, I was such a hard no that I was rude. And I am not a rude person. But I was like, get the stink away from me with that stuff. I am never doing this again. You guys all say the same thing, blah, 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 you know. But she still persisted. And I am so grateful for that because she could have said, you know, you're a nasty human being. You need to go, you know, be by yourself, you know. So I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for the way I'm learning and growing here. I'm also grateful for the fact that I broke the plateau of weight that I've been carrying for 25 years. I finally broke it and I'm melting before my eyes. I did a story actually about that this morning because I am so grateful for that. But like Tiffany said, my biggest gratitude is this little angel in my arms. I get to be with her. I don't have to ask a boss for time off. I don't have to say, oh, honey, you know what? I know you're in pain right now. I know you need a cuddle, but I've got to run off to my job. I've got a job to get to. You know, I get to spend the time I choose when she goes back to, well, kind of choose when she goes back to mom. If mom comes up and takes her out of my arms, I don't have much choice. But, you know, like, yeah, Sarah, I'm so grateful for your meeting this morning because it's exactly where I was at. I was grumbling. I was not grateful. I thought I was, but I wasn't. I wasn't grateful for what I was learning. I wasn't grateful for the fact that, you know, I needed to be here. I was just looking at, I need more. I need more money. I need more this. That's not a good space to be in. You need to be in a giving space. And I wasn't there. I thought I was. I was writing it out, but I wasn't feeling it and I wasn't doing it. And, you know, I'm really grateful for you showing up all the time, pouring into people. I'm not even on your team, sweetie. And the way, I mean, I met Sarah in both Vegas and Nashville. I tell you what, a dream. And I'm grateful how real you guys are. It's not this is what you see on the screen. This is what you see over there. It is such real time. It's so, you know, there's no phoniness. And I love that about this whole company. And you know what else? I'm going to wrap this up. I'm also so extremely grateful for this company. If you don't know what we have here, go talk to corporate. You know, I've met these men and I've met these people, the people that put the conventions on and all that. When you're there, go and talk to them. Go and tell them how grateful we are because these guys listen. My order got screwed up last month, right? And I missed out on my mojo. I was waiting for my mojo. I've been like 2-3 weeks without mojo. Well, that's not good. That's not good. And
Terrific.
right. And they were like, we're going to fix this for you. We're going to, you know, and I mean, I was emotional on the phone with them. I was like, oh my God, my mojo is so not good. And they're like, they fixed it immediately, you know, apologized, fixed it. That doesn't happen in other companies. Trust me. I've been in enough of them. It's like they don't care. You know, this company cares and they care about you. And if you're in a valley, reach out to somebody in this amazing space. There's so many that want to help you, so many that want to pour into you, so many that want to help you. And just be grateful for this opportunity because there is nothing, literally nothing out there like this with such amazing people, with such kind people, with such amazing corporate leaders. It is just, I am so grateful. And thank you for touching on this today, because this was definitely what I needed. And I hope everybody else feels the same way, because you are amazing. And keep up the good work, Sarah. We couldn't do it without you. We really couldn't.
Oh, I love being here. This is seriously the best place in the world. I love you, friend. So glad you're part of our things. I loved it. Okay, Tracy.
I can't show my face because I'm at work and I work in a medical field. So, but I would think because like I did a boot camp with Heidi where they were like, okay, you got to go live like now and everything. And it really helped. Now my son gets in and he's like, okay, are we going to do a video today? Are we going to do a video? I want my pink drink because he does the quench and fortify and that's his pink drink. And so he's like, he asked for it now. And so it's gotten my confidence up to go live. And then, you know, all y'all praying over us has really brought us closer to Jesus. Because even my son will be talking about in daycare. He's like, Mommy, you know, some people don't know who Jesus is. There was a boy at daycare and we were talking about Jesus and he did not know who he was. So I was like, we just talk about it more now. And then thankfully, our payday for Trinont actually coincides with my son's food drive. So I'm gonna go and spend my payday for Trinont to buy food for his school, and they just send it home in kids' backpacks so nobody knows that they're
Oh,
bringing food home. Because I know so many people are suffering from SNAP being closed down that I'm like, okay, let's go take care of some kids.
oh, I love that. What a beautiful thing. Tracy, you need to share that on the Lift Where You Live page because that it really is giving back. That's really the heart of the owners. Take what you make here and give it back to your community. I mean, obviously use it for living too, but man, they would love to know that. I love that.
I definitely will.
Do that. Yes. And congratulations on being brave and going live. We all know how unfun that is in the beginning, right? You think you're going to pass out. Everyone's judging me. I know it. Yes, definitely share. Thank you. Okay, Tanya.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I'll be real quick. I am grateful for just the space, the company, the people that are in this environment. I struggle as far as the business side goes, but I feel that my faith has grown so much because I struggle in that area for past history reasons. But I am actually asking for prayers. Russ had yesterday, went and had 2 spots on one on his ear, one on his neck, scraped. And I am just asking for prayers. We have to wait 7 to 10 days for results, but I believe in the power of prayer. And I just want to reach out to my friends, company for those prayers. And that's all, please.
Yes, we absolutely will be praying. Thank you for sharing that, Tanya. And make sure to let me know what happens, or I'll reach out to you too. But we will be praying absolutely that it's nothing.
And the other thing is when we went to the specialty clinic, of course you got your copay, but then there's an extra charge for every spot that has to be scraped or biopsied. And
Yeah.
we didn't know how many spots. And in a way, it was at the end, they tell you how much you owe.
Which is stressful.
So they tell you, okay, here it's $200. And it's like, but we're standing there. And even though we aren't financially where we want to be, but we're working on it, we know that the Lord will provide. And this company is how he's going to provide that. So it was like we weren't worried when we handed them that check card. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
We don't have to worry. Where 2 years ago, I literally walked out of a specialty company or doctor's office, because I couldn't pay the extra copay and upfront money that they needed to supply me with my care. And, I'm just so grateful that I don't have to worry about choosing.
Yeah. I love that. That's beautiful. And we will be praying very much for Russell, that it's nothing.
Yes.
I did see a good suggestion on there too. Tanya, if you have Renew, have him start on that. That would be a good one to have him start on, just in case. That's really, really good. I love this. I hope everybody feels a little encouraged this morning. I love hearing just where other people are at. No one is that different, right? We're all very similar in what we're walking through and experiencing. I think, again, just the common ground is that we can be so grateful for where we are right now, right? All at different parts in the journey, but all on the same journey, right? We're all walking the same path together. So anyway, with that, let's jump off here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for taking an hour out of your morning with me. I'm just super grateful. One other thing I want to add quickly before we jump off is tonight we have that Hunter Conversation Challenge that we do every Thursday night. Angie Johnson's going to be hosting for me tonight. I had something really fun pop up that I never get to do, so I'm going to go get to do that, and she's going to take over for me, and I'm really excited. So hop on that tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time on this Zoom link. And then tomorrow morning is another Rise and Thrive with Alicia. Don't miss that. Same time, same Zoom link. But I love you guys. I hope you feel encouraged and excited. Be grateful today. This is going to be an amazing, amazing month. And we're just getting started. So have a great day, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.